welcome to our YouTube channel.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
If you're visiting our YouTube channel for the first time, please, you are welcome.
And please stick with us.
Yeah, but those of you who are returning subscribers, to say thank you for always coming back.
Yeah.
Thank you for remaining loyal and faithful. We're grateful. Don't mind how we're dressed. We actually just came back from my birthday dinner.
Come on now.
Who's the birthday boy?
You.
Who's the birthday boy?
You.
I'm the birthday boy. I'm the birthday boy. So straight to what we're talking about today. But before we do that, my name is Tekimi Tiza.
And I'm Faith Tiza.
And together
we are the Tizas.
Yep. I want to start by saying thank you to my amazing wife. Today, they ball me. See, as I'm sitting like this, but I can't breathe. Let's go air. I'm full of love in every way. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, belelilally. Okay, so we're talking about interesting topic. Baby, tell them what we're talking about.
Oh, we're talking about, baby, you put me on the spot now. It skipped my mind.
I think something about...
Nobody's asking me out.
Yes, nobody's asking me out. And for the guys, nobody's giving me face.
Yes.
So there are certain people who are in certain situations where genuinely nobody's actually making advances towards them.
Yeah.
Or nobody's paying attention to them or takes them seriously when they make or attempt to ask a lady out. I want to attempt to just point out a few things that you may not pay, that you may be missing out or not be paying attention to.
Yeah.
That may be the cause of the problem you're in.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this and you're not in that category, maybe you know somebody in that category. So just keep listening and this will help you.
Yeah.
So, the first thing I would say for ladies especially is positioning. Positioning. Positioning in the sense that when it comes to dating, like hunting, think about it like this. Men have the instinctive nature to hunt. So they search, look for a prey. But then if the prey is continually and constantly hiding, it's difficult for the man to hunt.
Cannot be found.
Yes. Someone said it this way: you are looking for a relationship and you're always indoors.
Yeah.
And you want everything about your life to be yourself and indoors.
Yeah.
Whereas you are not going out, you're not making friends, you're not being sociable, you're not relating with people. Let's face something.
Yeah.
Baby, sorry.
This man needs to repent. Because it's when Bishop called her. Things were in church. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, if you're unavailable, you will not be found. So if you're in a, as in, I don't know, we're not saying just go anywhere, but there are strategic places where you meet people. For example, go to church. Pastor Kingsley will say it this way: you say nobody's asking you out, as they are doing surely goodness and mercy, you are walking to the door. All the wherever ever, amen. Your boat is here and you have entered. As in, is the guy supposed to turn to spirit and visit in your room? So you need to be available. You need to go for business seminars. Don't always dodge responsibilities in the office. Sometimes it's from going to bank, the cashier there will see you.
Yeah.
It's from going to tax office, the person at the reception is going to see you. Like, just be outside. Not the kind of outside that they say, but be outside.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to position yourself properly.
Just put yourself out there, basically.
Yeah.
And not in a desperate way, but
Yeah.
more or less like, okay, I'm ready to date, I want to be in a relationship. So every social cycle, especially where you know that the opposite sex will be there, it's not desperation. It is you positioning yourself to be seen. Because somebody has to ask you out. And for them to ask you out, they have to see you.
Even the Bible, when the Bible spoke about the union between Rebecca and Isaac, positioning was important. She came out. She was in a place where Abraham's servants could see her. So imagine if she was inside and saying, "Oh God, I need a God-fearing man. I need a man called Isaac." Where was
like
she?
now, it's Ruth and Boaz.
Ruth and Boaz, exactly.
She went and laid down by his lap.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I think like positioning yourself, basically,
It's very important.
it's very important.
Very
Just being out there, letting people know. Maybe you're just an indoor person.
Yeah.
And it's affecting your relationship.
Exactly.
Or your potential in a relationship.
Yeah. And then another one that is also very important is perception. Perception is important because it's important you know the kind of vibe you're giving off.
Yeah.
It's important for you to know what, not, I'll put a balance to this, not just what people think about you, but a lot of times what people think about you is the true state of who you are. So you may say to yourself, oh, I'm very selfless, I love people, I'm a very calm person, but everybody's saying absolutely saying the absolute opposite thing about you.
Yeah.
So perceptions are very important, because I was telling my husband before we started, see, before I know for a fact that before maybe 80%, 90% of guys ask a lady out, they don't ask the lady out the very first time they saw her and then she made them feel a certain way. They start to observe. And when they start to observe, what are they seeing? Are they seeing that you are, do you understand?
Yeah.
So
you're a difficult person.
Exactly. You are probably arrogant. You are this sort of way. Maybe somebody comes to you for help or something simple, you shout at the person is observing you. So what do people perceive about you? When people are asked about you, what do people have to say? It is very important. Even for us who are already married, we do that in our relationship. Okay, so what's up? What is going on? As in, review each other. What am I doing better? What am I, failing more at?
Yeah.
So you need to hear from another person, because you may think it in your head, but that's not what you are living in reality. So perceptions are very important, baby.
Yeah. How people perceive you.
Yeah.
And the genuine truth is this: you may not really know that people perceive you a certain way.
Yeah.
So it's important to investigate, ask questions.
Yes.
And not just asking questions, listen to what people say about you. One of the ways you know how people perceive you is the kind of questions or complaints they have about you.
Yeah.
You do this too much. You do this too much. It might be, listen, from the start we said it, that we're not saying that, okay, you did anything wrong and that's what we're not asking out. Open your eyes to the things you're probably not paying attention to.
Yeah.
So maybe the guys that come around you, they want to ask you out, but they perceive you in a certain way that pushes them away. You're sending a different aura, a different vibe from what you think you are giving. You understand? There are some guys in their mind, they think they are cool, but you are giving low budget vibes. You are giving like this kind of low key dull. You think that people actually like you and are feeling you, but the vibe you're actually really giving is like local man standard. Like you are just a local guy, so they just keep you on the particular level. Whereas in your own head, you're like, at the vibe, I'm a ladies man, but meanwhile, you are just a shitty man.
Yeah, in fact, baby, I think we spoke about this and not on a totally different issue. And for example, there are some ladies that you love the Lord, but on your status, you are a Chilite.
Yeah.
You are everywhere. You are dancing to everything. So there's a perception that people will have about you. So it's like you are a good girl deep down, but you are giving bad girl vibes.
Yes.
So a good guy may be seeing you and thinking to himself, I don't want this kind of lady.
That's true.
Meanwhile, you may be a good person, but maybe for the sake of your company, or you want to feel among, you don't want it to be as if you are dulling. Yeah. And then you start to give off that bad girl vibe. I can do bad all by myself. I remember somebody that the person is very quiet, calm. Then I collected the person's number. When I saw the things that this lady was posting.
Romantic.
Then, in fact, the one that shocked me the most, baby, was she posted a video of one lady really endowed at the back. She was on a guy on the bed and she was dancing, like whining on him, twerking. I say, so things like that, perception is very important.
Sister Lovina too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing is also physical appearance. Listen, ladies, let me tell you firsthand. No man sees the heart apart from word of knowledge at work. What men first see is physical. And listen, we're not promoting over adornment or worship or idolization of makeup and cosmetic. But listen, even looking clean. Can I tell you something? Do you know that some people, and this is even for those who are dating, do you know sometimes you are the one that makes your spouse to dislike you. You just make yourself unpresentable. They don't want to go anywhere with you because you are doing the barest minimum.
Yeah.
People want to show off who is looking good. You understand?
Yeah.
And look at this baby girl.
And look at this handsome man.
Suppose take a picture. You know, you want to just make the minimum effort. Not to make the effort to look clean, to look good, to have a good appearance. Because people are first attracted by what they see.
Yeah.
It takes some time to build relationship before somebody loves you for who you are.
Yeah, Pastor Kingsley said it this way: people have to see you before they hear you.
Yes.
So you may be the smartest person among your friends, but people will see you first before they hear you.
Yes. Yes.
As they say, you are dressed the way you dress.
You know, so you want to make some efforts to look better.
Yeah.
You know, as a lady, don't be shabby. Clean your hair, shave, smell. Even if you don't have a spray, but don't smell bad.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So clean yourself up. Be poised. Don't just be random.
Jaga.
Don't be a man's man.
Yes, like a guy's G.
Yeah, don't be guy's
G.
guy. If that this is for people that are interested in relationships, because what will happen is that guys don't see you as someone to date.
Yeah.
You understand? Let's not lie. The reason why God, should I even say what I'm
Say
saying?
it, sir.
Attraction is 50% sexual. So the person is already not lost, but that they can
Desire.
imagine. Yeah. So it's not constructive imagination, but they can imagine themselves with you.
Yeah.
So do you get it? There's no picture, but it's just like wow, they see themselves with you. But if you're always random, you make it difficult. So maybe that's another reason. You know, you have good intentions to be in a new relationship, but you're not an attractive person.
Yeah.
For some people, it's easier. And of course, you may not fall in this category, but we need to emphasize that.
Yeah.
Because for people, this is their disadvantage.
Yes.
Have you seen someone before? If our Nigerian films have helped us, you thought that this person was ugly. They just washed up.
Then
did their
money
hair.
touch them.
Hey. And then they look better, you know. So it can make you to become more desirable if you're more attractive.
Yeah, and there's something that you say, baby, like you don't need to have the most money. You don't have to have the best clothes in the world, but you can put them together.
Yes, just put
wash
together.
them, iron them.
Yes.
Like you will just look good. As a lady, maybe you have natural hair. You just go. You have round circles in front. Buy small edge control. Control the edges a little bit. You have a bushy eyebrow. Don't just leave it and say, "Oh, I'm very hairy." Brush it a little bit. Buy lip balm. Put like just be.
I'm telling you, just lip balm and
lip balm. Look clean.
If
you
you
don't
can't
need so
maintain it,
much.
just cut it now.
You must not be able to do makeup. You must not be a makeup pro. Just do the as in. And like you said, if you know that, buy scented body soap, buy scented body cream. If you cannot afford to have an expensive perfume, at least those ones will complement. Even if you're with somebody, you may not be. You have the best scent in the room, but you are not smelling. Brush well. You know, just take care of yourself. I mean, that's very important.
I remember, you know, in church I tell the workers, I say, listen, even if you have just a pair of clothes, that's the one you are wearing. What you do is that you wash it, iron it, and walk confidently in it. So you look clean in what you have, and people will never notice that's all you have.
Exactly.
It will be like Ahab that wanted Nathan's field, or like King David that wanted to take that took Uriah's wife. It is all they had, but what they had was good. They managed what they had well, and it became attractive even to the king. So it's something simple like and basic as that. You want to just make a little effort with what you have, and if you can afford more, why not? Look better. I'm telling you guys that, listen, they say men are drawn by what they see, and it's true. So you want to, and then for the men, of course, personally, you know, I remember before the first encounter I had with my wife, I was not attractive to her, and that's because that time I was just, all I was doing was praying and then trying to get my life together. But by the time I was led to ask her, by that time I'd even gained more flesh from fasting. At the fasting periods, the Lord had given me break, so I'd gained more skin. I was working. I was not coming. So those encounters I had with her, I was jeans shirt, or I was wearing shorts in my house.
Yeah.
But later I was putting on suits and driving.
Driving.
So that alone compensates. It doesn't give them, so they don't even, she doesn't even have so much to explain to other people.
Exactly, like your friends, you don't need to say, he's just going through a lot.
Yeah, you don't have that time, to just, you can understand because it seems like you're doing well.
Yeah.
Then there's another thing, so it turns out every point we're saying starts with P.
Yeah.
So
the P's of why nobody's asking you out.
yes. Another one is you're being prescriptive.
Yeah.
So a methodical definition of people even without thinking about it. So once people come into your life, you have prescribed them into certain boxes.
Yeah. So somebody comes to your life, you're vibing with the guy, just like, you're just like my brother, my best friend. You have friend zoned the guy, you've brother zoned the guy. So everybody who comes into your life that is a potential relationship, you have already put them as they're my friends. This is a brother to me. This one is my G
or my driver.
Uh-huh.
What's that true color? Friday. Yeah.
Friday movies.
Apata. Somebody called my son, that's what true color showed the person. So a lady saved his name as Friday movies Apata. Maybe she saved it to remember.
Yes.
But we have people that do
there's somebody that puts a name, let's say Adamu, come through for me. So there was a day that the lady was stranded at, I think, a restaurant or so. You even know the person. And then she needed someone to come and pick her up. She just called the person and the guy came. So instead of you to allow the relationship
blossom.
Yes. Once the relationship comes, you have already said, this person. So that also is a mindset and a problem from you. That means you yourself, you don't even think that somebody should ask you out. So you have already boxed them. This one is a brother to me. We have deep conversations. This one is a friend to me. And then it's these kinds of things that lead to situationships. So your brother and your friend, then you guys are beginning to catch feelings. Then we are both confused. Should I date my brother? Should I date my sister? So it's important for you not to prescribe or impose on them what the relationship should be. And are we saying that you don't have the right to? You have the absolute right to. If maybe you don't see, because for example, when I knew my husband, I didn't necessarily say, this person, I can never be with the person. I just knew him as emoji. He pray, he teach us the word of God. That was it. Portal was open. My mind was open. If anything, happens.
Not with me, or just
yes, open. Just generally, as in, just be open. So don't be prescriptive. Don't box people. Don't box the extent of how the relationship should be with you.
Or the progression of the relationship.
Yeah.
You just so this and sometimes we do it unconsciously.
Yeah.
And this point will actually help some people to see that maybe this guy that I've been calling this guy in Adamu come true. What if a relationship can happen to it? And the way the world works is that when you open your mind somewhere towards a direction, you start to see the light, you start to act a certain way that makes the person to make the move to ask you out.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guys are not so quick to pick on or catch on that the girl likes them. But when you start to show signs, guys, like this girl like me.
Yeah.
And then he says, okay, let me just take the step. Because not every guy is confident enough to ask it. Listen, forget that most guys who have there are very few that have the mind to come and declare their intentions to a lady and not be sneaky. So, some hold back. So when you give that sign, okay, that looseness, you give that allowance.
That freedom, yeah.
It may happen.
It makes it easy for you.
So maybe that's what's hindering your relationship. So then there are patterns.
Yeah.
Patterns. What do you mean by patterns? So some of you, if you pay close attention to your family, your lineage, dad or mom, paternal, maternal, you find out that maybe you're not the only one in this situation. You have had an uncle and an auntie, you have had someone in the past in your family that found it hard. Or maybe more people in your family that found it hard to get married.
Yeah.
You want to investigate why.
You got married maybe at a very late age,
Yes. So there are patterns that pass down to family. And of course, we are Christians. We believe in the realm of the spirit.
Yeah.
We know that there are demonic forces that fight people.
Yeah.
And whether you believe it or not, there are very silly demons in Africa. They can be as silly as holding somebody from getting married. You want to know if your case is spiritual.
Yeah.
Because as I say, if there is a garment of praise, there is a garment of shame.
Yeah.
If there is a garment beauty, if there's the Bible speaks about the Lord beautifying you, it means that the devil can shield your beauty. If glory can be exposed, glory can be hidden. So it is possible for these things to happen if spiritually to you, and it can be the hindrance. Just the same way people can be disfavored, like every time they go for a business deal, they never get it.
Yeah.
They only come close. Next success syndrome. They only come close. The same thing can be happening for your relationships too. You just think that guys don't like me, guys aren't acting out, but you don't know that there's one man water spirit standing behind you, chasing them.
True.
Maybe somebody just asks you out. People think it's Nigerian film. Someone just asks you out, the next day has a very bad dream. Has an accident.
Look, natural
So
movies.
they say, well, you
They
know.
reveal things
So
that
you have to
happen.
pay attention. Yes, pay attention to patterns. Patterns, especially not just even relationship patterns. What if everything in your life takes time to manifest?
Yeah. What if you are good at making wrong decisions?
Yes, yes, yes. What if you are? In fact, what if the simple relationships around you suffer, like
Yes.
friendship,
Maybe
platonic?
you don't know how to even manage
Yes,
relationships around you. Yes.
yes. So you may pay attention to patterns. Do I break things? Do I destroy things?
Yeah.
Am I a destroyer fixer? Am I someone who people want to be with, or someone people avoid? How long have my relationships in the past? I mean, platonic relationships.
Yeah.
Lasted. Do I leave friends easily?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then you probably have patterns in your life that
Should be
make
checked.
relationships not to thrive thrive for you.
Yeah.
And then of course that spiritual part, check it too.
Check
it. You want to ask God, not just say, "Oh, what if it's spiritual?" Then start doing, my father." No, you want to investigate. So you pray and ask the Father, Lord, is there something I don't know? I'm telling you, He will reveal. Most times believers just jump into conclusion rather than inquiring on what they should do. That's why David always asks, what should we do? Should we pursue? Should we, and all that. Then the next P, pressure. Pressure. And what do we mean by pressure? That vibe you give of desperation. Many people don't know it. That any relationship that comes around you, before 2 or 3 days, you're talking about marriage.
God.
If the person has the intention to ask out, the person just walk away. Man or woman. Remember, there was a video that was trending of a guy who, on this particular Valentine, he went to his church to give a lady a gift for Valentine. The whole church was outside. I'm talking of nothing less than 100 people. They were outside the whole church. She came for Sunday service. There was somebody that gave her cake. The next thing, she said, "Oh, these gifts are beautiful." Next thing, the guy knelt down to propose. She now said, "Well, I don't justify her actions. You can't be physical people." She slapped him and told him to stand up. That you have don't even be dating up to 3 months. She was like, "Why would you disgrace me like this? Why would you disgrace me like this?" So he's already giving that vibe of desperation, and he has ended the relationship that would have probably blossomed because she was in her rights. Before you propose to somebody, at least
People must have been talking about
it or know about you're going to marry.
Yeah.
How can a person be surprised?
Please, first, oh my God.
So if you're giving that desperate vibe, I'm saying even for the men, I use that example because as a man, if you're giving the vibe that what I want is relationship, oh boy, wahala today. I'm telling you, because it might even be indicative of commitment issues or poor self-esteem. Why are you laughing?
The guy mesmerizes me with English.
It's not English, I guess small word.
Yeah, this is small
It might be indicative of insecurity and all those things. And so pressure is discernible.
It's so discernible. And let me give you a practical example. Let's say, like today, we knew we were going to go out. So Judah had his bath. Everybody had their bath, but it was not time to go out. So we're just chilling, lounging. And Judah comes. Mommy, can we go now? Daddy, can we go? I'm yawning. Daddy, can we go now? Mommy, can we go now? And at some point, I was like, my God, it is going to happen.
Yeah.
Just not now.
Yeah.
Can you not put pressure on me?
Yeah.
So that's how a lot of people feel. Man and woman, if you are desperate, I always say many times you don't even know that there's desperation in you. Sometimes you need to listen to yourself talk. You need to reevaluate the conversations you had with the person through that day, through the night, and ask yourself, am I giving off a desperate vibe?
Yeah.
Look, and you know, marriage is beautiful. Trust me. I will never say marriage is not beautiful. Marriage is very beautiful. We are grateful to God for a beautiful marriage. But a lot of times, the reason for this is because you think that marriage is the end goal. So you are running from being single.
Yeah.
You just want to get married. Sometimes it's even because your aunties are asking you questions. Sometimes it's because you also want to, when you're taking pictures, you put your hand, your ring shows, your friends, oh, he proposed. You want to be the rainy thing. You want to have your pre-wedding shoot. Those are great things. But let those things not be the only driving force to the reason why you want to get married. Look, let me just tell you basically, if you want to get married, you must be ready to become the servant. Like, if you're not ready to serve, I don't think you should get married yet. Just calm down a little bit, because many of us are so selfish till you get married. Then you see that marriage will shock you. Marriage thrives for those who are generous with even their lives. So don't just want to get married because everybody around you is getting married, because you are getting older. You want to. Am I saying the desire is bad? Absolutely not. But let it be that your motives are right. So don't just give the desperate vibe. People can feel it. So pressure might be the reason why the guy is running away, or the girl is saying, please, I cannot end up with this kind of person.
Yeah. So. And people can sense it from a mile away. That's just the truth. They may not even tell you they want to ask you out, but once they sense that in all that you do, maybe more than 60% of your conversations are maritally inclined, most guys will run away. That's the truth. Because they feel like that's all that it is or there is. And nobody wants to be second to any other ambition when it comes to relationships.
Also, maybe the guys told you that I need about 2 years to just properly settle. I just got a job. You are saying, no, we can do this in 6 months. No.
Yeah, so most times, yeah, that's how you wear the people off.
Yeah.
Then finally, projections. Of course, this is not an exhaustive list, but projections. So, most times, relationships come around us, and those relationships can blossom into from platonic to romantic. But then, in that stage of talking and all those things, you may not know it's talking stage, because some people are not so clear with it. You're projecting insecurities. You're projecting your past. You're projecting your problems and weaknesses. When you do that, you are indirectly chasing people away. Let me give you a simple analogy of how this works. So imagine I call you, or have a friend that calls you all the time. Let's use you for instance now. A friend calls you all the time and you say, bros, how far now? Say, what? It's hard. If the person says it 3 times, you will not call them again.
You are so right, baby. I have even a personal example.
Because you feel the old person is always trying to project their problems to you.
Yeah.
So in your attempt to build a solid relationship with them, you can't get past their insecurities, their troubles, to have more solid relationship or build stronger connections. So some people or some ladies and guys do the same thing. Like once a conversation starts, you're talking about how things have failed in your life. And you may listen, there are some people you're not talking about it. But the way you are talking to the person, you are scared that if this thing progresses, what if my past is a disadvantage? Listen, your past is your past, especially if you're born again. Square your shoulders up, your head up, walk confidently. You are forgiven.
Yeah.
Your past counts for nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to be bolder. You are worth more in the hands of God. So see yourself as something valuable. Because people work with the kind of vibe or energy you release. If you are releasing an energy of negativity, they just want to avoid you. But if you are confident and you're saying, in who you are. I remember when I was telling my wife about my past before we got married. I was not telling her, of course, I was not happy when I was telling her, but I was not telling her in fear that, this man will dump me. I was telling her, see, this is what you need to know, respectfully. And then I told her everything, and then, of course, she was shocked, but she walked away, and then.
I walked away?
No, as in, when I know that time it's overwhelmed you, and you're saying, I was okay, I think I need to go home. I dropped you back home, and then
I was in front of my house. She was not into my house.
So she went in, and then I eventually moved on. Imagine if I was just within everything I do. You don't know my past though. You're already, so this is another class of people. You're already projecting fear to the person. But even if it was something that happened in the past, listen, don't worry, I got this covered. It's the past, it cannot happen. It makes person believe that you know who you are and your what, and you are so your confidence will be confidence enough for them. If that makes sense to you. So sometimes you're projecting insecurities and you don't know.
Projecting inadequacies.
And you don't know.
And you don't know.
Even your esteem, you're dealing with esteem problems, you don't know. So when someone comes around, I don't know.
And this is very important because everyone who wants to get married wants to get an asset and not a liability.
That's true.
If you have somebody that is constantly complaining, constantly saying, oh, this one, oh, that one, you just get tired of it.
That's true.
There's somebody I know, she complained that she does not like talking to another person because every time you call that person, she'll just tell you about how, oh, she's broke, she's suffering, her children this and that. Like, she's always complaining. Like, there's never a day where the lady ever has money. Every day she's in need. And so the person is like, even talking to her makes her feel down, so she stopped talking to her. So just imagine, then this is somebody that you want to go on life's journey with. Nobody wants to get a liability. Nobody wants to carry excess baggage. We all have our own. You cannot come and start carrying another person's own. And then, baby, this reminds me of that thing that Pastor Shola said, that if there's anything he'll teach his children, first thing is confidence. Like my husband said, I almost said like Pastor said. Like my husband said, yes, you may have had terrible experiences in the past. Well, that's in the past. Now this is you for the now. Even the confidence at which you carry yourself now is so impressive. Especially, look, for any gender self, it is so beautiful and impressive. That, so something, how we say, that something put your back on the ground, doesn't it?
Yes, because your background should not put your back on the ground.
So,
because
your situation may have knocked you down, but you rise up. How do you think people start doing advocacy? What they call this thing? Maybe breast cancer awareness. They probably experienced it before. They got up, they are stronger, and now their focus is totally different. It's not about the sickness will kill you or put you down. It's that you can have life again. So the focus is totally different. So let that be the same for you. Don't just say, this one has happened to me. This one has happened to me. No. So don't project your inadequacies or your fears. But does that mean that you should not be cocky and, saucy and all of those things? Absolutely not. But just don't project your insecurities. Or you're afraid, can a guy love me because I've done this and this and this and this? There are many relationships that we even know about, that we have counseled a few people, that maybe they over projected the effect of their past so much. The person was scared and said, I can't do this. So don't project your fears.
And maybe that's the reason why nobody is actually coming to you, because even those who are not friends, which who are not intending to date you, of course, probably just friends around you. So everybody already has an idea, because 20-30% of relationships are also based on recommendation. So maybe the person is not interested in you, but another person is interested in you, you just call him up and say, well, guy, don't try yourself. This lady is like this guy is like this. So you have projected your insecurities so much, and all they see is your insecurities, and it doesn't mean you should not over project your strength.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you don't want people to, yes, you don't want people to feel like you deceive them into a poor bargain. So, but basically, yeah, with these few points of ours, we believe that, and by the special grace of God, we'll be able to convince and not confuse you on certain things that may be wrong, or maybe the reasons why you're experiencing drought in the relationship market. It's true now. That's in summary. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just saying the truth.
Yeah.
That's probably it's. We didn't say this is it. We're
Yes.
saying this may be things you should
Investigate.
consider. Check, is this consistent with my life or not? So if that's your problem, you want to make some adjustments, and from those adjustments, you see that things begin to improve. Basically, so it's as simple as that. And as we said from the beginning, it's not an exhaustive list. It's just something we thought, can help based on conversations and experiences we've had with people in the kind of work we do. But if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel,
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button.
Yeah.
Make sure you share this to your friends. If you've watched to this point, please in the comment section just write "Happy birthday, Pastor Caesar." Today is his birthday, so just write "Happy."
As at the point we're recording this,
Yes, absolutely.
because we're not uploading it to my birthday.
Yes, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Today,
21st February.
yes, that's when we're recording
2023.
this video. Today is his birthday, so please say happy birthday to Pastor Caesar.
Thank you in advance. Alright, God bless you.
Thank you.
We love you. Bye.
Do you have faith? Cause I found faith when I found you. Do you have faith?